Store creation, the most overrated thing in dropshipping. However, everybody keeps bugging me about it and everybody wants to know how they should set up their Shopify store. Should be a one product store, general store, niche store, and whatever it is, how do you do good product pages and how do you make sure that your conversion rate is going to be great? So even though the store itself is not only determining your conversion rate and it's way more your product and your traffic, so your ads and the things you do on Facebook, I'm still going to tell you exactly how you should go about making a really good store, and I want to be really clear. If you apply all those things and you don't do the other work right, it's not going to be helpful. If you have a shitty product, if you have shitty ads, your store will not matter because it's not going to even get there. All right, but yeah, basically let's talk about the most important things on the store. The number one thing is don't make it perfect. All right, you should not spend way too much time with optimizing your store, making the perfect logo and doing everything perfect. I've talked about this on the channel multiple times, but I just keep seeing it all over the place and I want to make sure that you understand. So set yourself a deadline, which is maximum like 3 days, which is already a lot to make a store. And basically you're not allowed to spend more time than that because it's just going to be a waste of time. Now, how do you make sure that you optimize for conversion? Number one is it's very important to not look scammy. So not to have like 3 different colors everywhere and not just like those flash sales where like everything is popping off and those bright colors, bright red, bright green. It's just too much. So the most important part is that the person who is on your store doesn't believe that you're gonna scam them. And one really obvious but very effective way is just to have a lot of reviews. And basically if you have like 100 reviews or so, and also, and this one is gonna be a really big one, bad reviews should be on your product page, but they have to be unreasonable. So let's say you sell some kind of weight loss product. And if you have a review which says, in the first 2 weeks, I only lost 8 pounds and I was expecting more. I was expecting to lose 15 pounds and I wasn't able to and I'm super pissed. And there's like a 2-star review. That's not gonna scare people off because then people understand this is a crazy chick and you need to just buy this product because she lost 8 pounds inside of 2 weeks, which is crazy, all right? That's actually a really good trick to ensure that people trust you more because if you have only 5-star reviews, that's pretty unbelievable, okay? That like if you go on every website, there's gonna be a bad reviews and good reviews. That's just how the world works. So you should also have bad reviews. The second thing is even though you think that urgency is scammy, you should have urgency in there. Most people think, no, but Gucci doesn't have scarcity. If you look at the Gucci website, they just have a blanket product page, no selling, no nothing. People just buy, so I should do the same. In reality, again, they don't buy because of the product page. That's a really important thing you need to understand. It's not the product page at all which sells. It's something completely different. However, you cannot afford to be this premium, and basically you need to first get urgency into the equation by basically having some kind of bar which is basically going to say something like 12 out of 100 left or something like that. I prefer that to a countdown, but it's whatever. Then when you have that, you need to make sure that everybody who comes to your store needs to be treated as if they haven't seen your ad. And this is a big problem which most people have in the beginning. They make a store which expects the person who comes to the store to know what this product is about. And in a lot of the cases, people are stupid and they forget, or they just didn't even understand in the first place. They just happen to randomly be there and click on the product page. And you need to make sure that the product page starts from 0. So the first picture you see on the product page needs to explain the product pretty well. It cannot be just a white background image without anything. It's always better to see what the product does in action versus just the product. And then basically you need to have some kind of GIF, which is again going to explain your product really well. And the general structure of the product page is headline, GIF, paragraph, picture, paragraph, picture, paragraph, picture. And those paragraphs are, for example, positive reviews or the main benefits your product gives. And it's important, benefits, not features. Like if you're selling some kind of resistance band, your selling point is not how durable it is or how long it can basically last and it's not going to break. That's the features which you can mention later, okay? The benefit is you lose weight. All right, and that's what you need to make the product page about. You're selling the result and not features. All right, and then later on the product page, the later paragraphs are basically going to include the features and how your product is sticking out and making the product quality really good. And you basically handle all the objections. So this is really important. You need to understand that every person who comes to your store will have some kind of objection. They're going to think maybe this resistance band is super easy to break. Or maybe you're going to think the shipping times of the last resistance bands I ordered are terrible. This product page, this store is also going to have terrible shipping times. Or the customer support is going to be better. Whatever, they have one reason why they don't buy. They don't trust your site, they don't need it, they have something at their place, home, and some of those objections are solvable and some of them are unsolvable. So for example, if you have a person who's just not into fitness, that's not their interest and they don't give a shit, obviously you're not going to be able to sell it. However, there's a lot of objections which you can actually handle. So for example, there you can actually say how durable it is, and maybe even you have a GIF or a video of it being stretched like crazy and nothing happens, for example. That would solve the objection and then the person would buy. Okay? And you just have to think of all the objections your product could raise, because the breaking thing is just an example for the resistance band, which is the most obvious one. But there's tons of other objections which are not that obvious, but most people experience. And you can actually see them on Amazon. If you actually look at the reviews inside of your niche and check the bad reviews in the niche, you're going to be able to see what normally happens. For example, they could say the resistance band leaves stains and your foot is basically pink after you use it or something like that. And you basically explain how it doesn't leave stains. And then everybody who experienced this bad thing of having stains, they're actually not going to be afraid of having that bad experience again. So it's very important to handle all those objections in general, okay? And now let's talk about the most important part about the whole product. And it's basically the offer. The offer is more important than everything I just mentioned so far, because if you don't have the right offer, people will not buy and that's it, okay? So as an example, what I've seen with one product where it was a product where it was like a pack of 5 pieces. So the minimum quantity of that product was 5 pieces, all right? And basically we started out selling it with pack of 5 and it didn't work. And we changed it to buy 1, get 4 pieces for free. Same pack of 5, same price, same everything, but it's just phrased differently. And it went crazy and it went 10 times better, all right? Why? Because of the offer. Did it matter that we mentioned all the benefits and the features before we had this offer on the product page? No. Did we do everything I just mentioned previously? Yes. And we also did it when it was not working. So when everything was in place, when you have the perfect product page, but not the right offer, you're not going to be able to sell everything well. All right. And the last thing I want to mention here, which is also super important, is the upselling part. Okay, you just need to understand how important upselling is, because it's free money and you need to take every single chance to upsell a person to make sure that you get extra revenue for money for customers you've already paid for in terms of ads. So you already spend the money on ads, get the most value out of that one person, all right? So how we do that if we only think about the funnel itself, which is not even close to everything which upselling is, because in reality, with the product you select and the ads you make, you do a lot of upselling there as well. Okay. Now, this is actually going to be covered in another video, which I'm going to link here. If you're interested in that, check that out. However, here we're only going to focus on the structure of the funnel itself. So you just need to make sure that you're constantly upselling everywhere you possibly could. On the product page, pre-purchase, inside of the shipping, so you have different shipping options. One has like a lifetime warranty, another one has like an extra gift. Whatever it is, you need to have upsells in terms of the shipping. After that, you're going to have a post-purchase upsell, which is also very important, then a post-purchase downsell, and then you're going to be able to make a lot of post-purchase downsells, which could just go down and down and down and down in terms of the product getting cheaper. So you basically sell the exact same product and you just go down and price down the funnel. Okay. Now again, as I mentioned from the get-go, the store itself will not help you if you don't select the right product. And this is exactly the reason why inside of the mentoring program, we don't let the students select the products by themselves. We do it with them. So you're basically going to present me a list with all the products you find which fit my criteria, and I'm personally going to look over it and tell you this one is good, this one is bad, this one is good, this one is bad. We're going to narrow things down till we have the top product, and only with that top product we're actually going to start going to the next step, which is store creation, ad creation, Facebook testing, Facebook scaling, all those things which we're also obviously going to be covering. Okay. If you're interested in joining, click the link below, sign up for a free consultation session. We're going to have a one-on-one call, find out if it's a good fit, and yeah, talk to you there.